Welcome to this audiobook, How to Control Your Emotions. If you're listening today, it probably means you've asked yourself a question many of us face. Why do my emotions sometimes control me, instead of me controlling them? Think about it. A moment of anger can damage years of relationships. A single wave of fear can hold us back from opportunities. A short burst of stress can cloud our judgment and push us toward bad decisions. But here's the truth. Emotions are not the enemy. They are signals, powerful signals, guiding us about what we value, what we fear, and what we need. The problem begins when we let those signals drive our lives without balance or awareness. In this audiobook, we will walk together through a journey, learning what emotions are, how to recognize them, and how to take control so that they serve us, instead of sabotaging us. By the end, you will not just understand emotions, you'll know how to master them. So, take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. Chapter 1. Understanding Emotions. Before we can control emotions, we must understand what they are. Emotions are energy in motion. They are your brain and body's way of reacting to the world. When something happens, good or bad, your brain sends signals through chemicals and hormones. That's why your heart races when you're afraid, why your stomach drops when you're anxious, and why you feel warm when you're happy. Here's an important truth. Emotions are not good or bad. Anger isn't evil. Sadness isn't wrong. Even fear isn't your enemy. These feelings are messengers. Anger tells you that your boundaries have been crossed. Sadness signals that you've lost something meaningful. Fear is your body's way of keeping you alert to danger. The challenge is not to erase emotions, but to manage them. Imagine emotions as wild horses. If left untamed, they will drag you anywhere. But if trained, they can carry you faster and further than you ever imagined. Throughout this audiobook, we'll learn how to take the reins. Chapter 2. The Triggers of Emotions. Have you ever noticed how quickly emotions can appear? One small comment can ruin your entire day. One bad memory can make your chest tighten instantly. These are called triggers. Triggers are events, words, situations, or even thoughts that spark strong emotional reactions. Some are external, like someone cutting you off in traffic. Others are internal, like remembering a past failure or worrying about the future. Here's the thing, you cannot control every trigger in life. People will cut you off. Problems will come, but you can control your response. Try this exercise. Grab a notebook and write down the top 5 triggers that push your buttons. Maybe it's disrespect. Maybe it's criticism. Maybe it's rejection. Knowing your triggers is the first step toward mastering them. Because once you know them, they lose their surprise power. Chapter 3. The Power of Self-Awareness. The secret weapon against emotional chaos is awareness. Most of us don't notice our emotions until they explode. We slam the door, shout, cry, or panic, and only afterward do we ask, what happened to me? But what if you could see emotions rising before they take over? Your body gives you signs. Anger might show up as tight fists or a hot face. Anxiety might make your heart race. Sadness might drain your energy. These are signals saying, hey, something is happening inside. Here's a technique. Pause and name. When you feel a rush of emotion, stop for just a second. Say to yourself, I feel angry, or, I feel nervous. Naming the emotion creates a gap between you and the feeling. That small gap is power. It means you're no longer drowning in the wave. You're standing on the shore, watching it. Self-awareness is the foundation. Without it, control is impossible. With it, control is inevitable. Chapter 4. The Role of Thoughts. Here's something powerful. Emotions are not created by events. They are created by your thoughts about those events. Imagine 2 people stuck in traffic. One thinks, this is the worst day of my life, I'll never get there on time. They feel angry and stressed. The other thinks, well, I can't control this. I'll use the time to listen to a podcast. They feel calm, even grateful. Same traffic, different thoughts, different emotions. This is called cognitive reframing, changing the story you tell yourself. Next time you feel overwhelmed, ask yourself, what else could this mean? Instead of, I failed, reframe it to, I'm learning. Instead of, they ignored me, try, maybe they were distracted. Your thoughts are the lens. Change the lens, and the picture changes. Chapter 5. Breathing and Relaxation. When emotions rise, the body reacts first. Your heart beats faster, your breath shortens, your muscles tighten. The good news? If you calm the body, the mind follows. That's where breathing comes in. Breathing is the fastest, simplest tool to regain control. Here are 2 methods you can use anytime. 1. Box breathing. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 4 seconds. Hold again for 4 seconds. Repeat 4 times. It's like pressing a reset button for your nervous system. 2. The 4-7-8 method. Breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 7 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 8 seconds. This lengthens the exhale, telling your body, we are safe. Anxiety melts away. Practice these daily, not just when you're upset. Like exercise, breathing control builds emotional strength over time. Chapter 6. Mindfulness and Presence. Emotions often hijack us because we live in the past or the future. We replay old arguments. We worry about problems that haven't even happened. Mindfulness is the art of staying here, now. It doesn't mean sitting cross-legged for hours. Mindfulness can be as simple as paying attention to your breath for 1 minute. Or noticing how your feet feel on the ground. Or eating slowly, actually tasting your food. When you're mindful, you're less reactive. Instead of instantly exploding, you pause. Instead of being lost in thought, you notice reality. Here's a 1-minute practice. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in. Feel the air entering your nose, filling your lungs. Exhale slowly. Notice your chest falling. Do this for 60 seconds. That's mindfulness in action. It may sound small, but these small pauses are what give you the space to choose your emotions instead of being enslaved by them. Chapter 7. Changing your environment. Sometimes the best way to control emotions is to change your surroundings. Think about it. If your room is messy, your mind feels messy. If your phone is buzzing every second, stress is guaranteed. If you're around negative people, their energy infects you. Environment matters. Ask yourself, what around me makes me anxious, angry, or sad? What around me makes me calm, inspired, or joyful? It could be as simple as turning off notifications, playing calming music, going for a walk, cleaning your desk. You don't need to change everything. Just change one thing. Small shifts in your environment create big shifts in your emotions. Chapter 8. Communication and Emotions. Most emotional pain comes from relationships, misunderstandings, fights, rejection. That's why learning emotional communication is life-changing. Here's the key. Express, don't explode. Instead of yelling, you never listen. Try saying, I feel hurt when I'm not heard. That small shift, using I feel instead of you always, lowers defenses and opens conversation. Another tool is active listening. Instead of preparing your reply, just listen. Nod. Repeat back what they said. For example, so what you're saying is, you feel left out. That alone can calm conflicts instantly. Communication isn't about winning arguments. It's about connecting. And when you connect, emotions calm naturally. Chapter 9. Building Emotional Resilience. Here's the truth. Life will never be free of problems. The goal isn't to remove stress, but to handle it with strength. That strength is called resilience. Resilient people feel pain, but they don't stay stuck. They fall, but they rise faster. How do you build resilience? Reframe failures as feedback. Remember past challenges you overcame. Keep a journal where you write down struggles and lessons learned. Every storm you survive makes you stronger for the next one. Resilience isn't about avoiding emotions. It's about carrying them with courage. Chapter 10. Long-term emotional mastery. Mastering emotions is not a one-time act. It's a lifestyle. Here are habits that protect your emotional health every day. Gratitude. Write 3 things you're grateful for each morning. Gratitude shifts focus from what's wrong to what's right. Exercise. Move your body. Physical activity burns stress hormones and releases happiness chemicals. Sleep. Lack of sleep makes emotional control almost impossible. Guard your rest. Diet. Food affects mood. Too much sugar or caffeine can fuel anxiety and anger. Emotional mastery is like building a house. Awareness is the foundation. Habits are the bricks. Daily practice is the cement that keeps it standing. Conclusion. You've reached the end of this audiobook, but in truth, this is the beginning. You've learned that emotions are not enemies, they are signals. You've learned that self-awareness, thoughts, breathing, mindfulness, environment, communication, and habits are the keys to control. Remember this. You are not your anger. You are not your fear. You are not your sadness. You are the one who notices them. You are the one who directs them. Every time you pause instead of reacting, every time you reframe instead of surrendering, every time you breathe instead of breaking down, you rise higher. So, rise higher. One book, one practice, one step at a time. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to How to Control Emotions on Elevate Read. Growth is a journey, and every page brings you closer to the best version of yourself. Stay connected for more reads that inspire, empower, and elevate.